You are leading edge creators. And something that we very much want you to come to realize fully is that as you identify desire, that all source, all manner of helpers, powerful law of attraction, work in concert for the fulfillment of that which you desire. And in fact, this source is so good at understanding what you want, because after all, in this moment of your peaked preference, it is not the beginning of your asking. You've been asking for a very long time. Even before you came into these physical bodies, you were setting forth preferences about this time-space reality. You are part of the Creator. You are part of the creation of what is here, what greeted you when you got here. So now, when you begin to realize that in every moment you are fine-tuning your preferences, and in every moment you are exuding preferences, and each and every one of those preferences is being heard and replied to, answered, responded to. So it is an ongoing, never-ending process of you redefining, continually amending your desire, saying, this is good and I would like it to be this, and this is good and I would like to add to it this. When you begin to understand that you are constantly honing from your time-space reality, new preferences, and each one of those is heard, then you may begin to understand that most of your work has been done just through living life, just through observing, just through contemplation, just through identification, through interaction with others. Everything that you are observing or perceiving is causing you to naturally offer these preferences. So now your primary work is to not get in the way of what you've been asking for. And that's the thing that is the primary hindrance for most humans. You are very good at observing, and it is from that talent that you are so good at identifying desires. It's happening at all levels of your being, conscious and unconscious. So, source energy, this answering mechanism, this answering energy, has been receiving so clearly from you that source energy could tell you more specifically and more accurately who you are and what you want than you could articulate in any point in time. And that's a really important point for you to be aware of, because you do not have to stand as deliberate creators in this point in time, able to speak everything you want in every moment. You don't have to do that. You've been speaking it. Now your work is to relax and let it be. Now your work is to line up with what you've been asking for. When you line up with your source and with your desire, you always feel good. If you are feeling less than good, you're not lined up. You're not in the place, in the mode, in the moment of letting in what you've been asking for. So deliberate creation is more about deliberately aligning energy. It's more about deliberately choosing thoughts that feel good. It's more about deliberately choosing the way you want to feel and then feeling that way and practicing it so that you can maintain your vibration of allowing no matter what else is going on around you. That's the true definition of what unconditional love is. It's saying, I will remain connected to my source, which is love, no matter what's happening around, because I've done such a good job of practicing thoughts that feel good that I'm vibrationally attuned to them. As we visit with so many of you, we see you and hear you in your place of asking for something. And of course, the contrast that you are living has helped you to specify clearly what it is you now want. So you stand in this place knowing clearly what you want, but your dominant awareness much of the time is about where you stand in the absence of what you want. So your dominant vibration is about what's missing instead of about where you're going, which means you can't let in what you want as long as your dominant vibration is about it being missing. Or you have a condition in your body that you would like to release, but you're so aware that you have it that your dominant vibration is about the presence of this unwanted thing, so it can't go away because your dominant vibration is holding it to you. And so what we want to begin to help you to understand is that you are offering vibration. You've learned them along your path, And in every day, you offer this dominant vibrational pattern, which, if you want to know what it is, just look at how your life unfolds, because it matches it exactly. So what we are suggesting, since we know the power of thought and the power of vibration, is that you begin a process that we are calling virtual reality. It's not unlike creative visualization or using your imagination, where you, just like a movie director, set a scene with the primary intent of practicing a vibration that will serve you, of making a vibration of well-being the dominant vibration on any subject that you choose, of practicing the vibration that allows well-being. So, as we offer these exercises through the day, and we'll do it as much as you are willing, it is with one intent only, and we want to be really clear about this. The virtual reality is not a place where you go to fix something that's broken. It's just a place that you go to practice a dominant vibration. It's just a place where you make an allowing vibration your dominant vibration. That's all it is. Virtual reality is a process where you practice a vibration with the only intention of making it a dominant vibration. Virtual reality is where you practice a vibration and make it dominant. Did we mention that the only reason for that, and the reason that we're having fun with you to the point of the absurd, is because there's a tendency to go to a virtual reality to try to fix something that's broken. And, for example, where is this scene taking place? I'm hiking on a trail in the mountains, and it's springtime, and things are just beginning to bud, and the fragrance in the air is intoxicating. I can smell the moss and the piney smell, and the air is so fresh, I just feel like I want to breathe it into my lungs. So far, so good, yes? In other words, tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And my boyfriend's with me, and he's usually in a bad mood. And now your visualization has lost its power because you brought reality in and practiced a vibration that's already dominant and messed up your virtual reality so that it's just like reality. In other words, you would not visualize this magnificent new house and then notice the roof is leaking and then bring in a repairman and have him overcharge you and then wrestle him to the ground and get him to bring the price down and then triumphantly announce that you've banged your house into perfection, feeling validated for your struggle. Virtual reality is a place where you get in, feel good, and get out. Get in, feel good, get out. Get in, feel good, get out. It's its only purpose. And if you begin to practice virtual reality, where you get in, feel good, get out, what happens is you begin to set a vibration of good feeling that begins to feel so normal to you that a number of things happen. First, you've practiced this vibration, so it is more your vibration, so law of attraction brings you more things like it, so it just gets easier and easier and easier. The other thing that happens is when you step into a familiar setting or circumstance or thought, which takes you to a different feeling vibration, you're more likely to notice it. The creative process is 3 steps. The first step is you ask. That's easy. You're doing it all the time, whether you know it or not. The second step is easy because it's not your job. Source energy will answer your desire. Step 3 is you must be in the receiving mode, and that's what virtual reality is about. It's about practicing the receiving mode, but it's not about practicing the receiving mode about things that are going wrong, because then you just drag your practiced vibration into virtual reality. Are you getting the sense of this? It's the place where you practice feeling good. It's a place where you go just to feel good. Yesterday, while Jerry and Esther were driving, Esther was driving, and she was practicing some virtual realities. And we'd said to her, set the scene. What time of year is it? What time of day is it? Where are you? How does it feel? What is your mood? What is your response to your environment? And who else is there? And then exchange a few words. So Esther is romping along, just having a wonderful time, going to place after place. And then she got to this point after about an hour of just dabbling with it, where she said, I think I will just choose high points in my life where all I have to do is remember those moments. So she remembered her first moment in Hawaii the first time and the way she felt. That feeling of anticipation and that feeling of exhilaration and that feeling of wonder and that feeling of amazement at the way the air felt and the way the air smelled. Just that first moment, that first feeling of anticipation. And then we said, get out. In other words, don't drag your bag through the airport. Don't go through the agricultural inspection. Just find that high point. Remember it for a moment. Smell something. Breathe the air in. Feel it and then get out. And then pick another high point and another high point and another high point and another high point until what happens is you deliberately orient yourself into the vibration that is natural to you. You return to the vibration that you expected when you came forth into this environment. It is an attitude of wonder. It is an attitude of excitement. It's an attitude of passion and expectation. And it's an attitude of unlimitedness. It's an attitude of well-being. It's the attitude that is your source. And when you dabble in it only for 30 seconds at a time, what happens is your source is there for 30 seconds. Your source is there for 5 seconds. You're full of yourself for 2 seconds. You're full of yourself for another second. You're full of yourself. And what happens when you deliberately conjure a vibration that makes you full of yourself, when you're not full of yourself, you notice it more. So what happens is you can hardly stand it when you're not there. The virtual reality process is a process where right now I can feel good. Right now I can feel good. And the more you practice it, then the more able you are to, right now, feel the way you choose to feel. Feeling good means everything. It means everything. This morning, we said to Esther, turn on the television. She turned it on, found a cartoon, and they were singing a song about use your imagination and go anywhere you want to go. And we said, now that's more like it. Use your imagination and you can go anywhere you want to go. When Jerry came back to the room, Esther said, it's interesting. We've been hearing this message as children about magic and fantasy and using imagination. Walt Disney understood it. He made it something that he teaches to all of the children. And Esther said, but now it's time for us to begin understanding that it's not just imagination for the sense of having some fanciful moment. It's not just a childhood whimsy just to make a child feel happy in the moment. It is the center of our lives. It's about using our imagination to be happy, not just because it's better to be happy than sad, but because everything hinges upon the way we feel. Everything is about our vibrational countenance. So, here you are, on the leading edge of thought. Not here to save the world. It doesn't need saved. It's doing very well. Not here to fix something that is broken because it's not your work. And you don't get to decide what's broken for anyone else anyway. You are here as leading edge creators with this magnificent contrasting palette to choose from, giving birth to steady, continual desires with a source that hears you and adores you and answers you. And now your work is just to vibrationally continue, to be vigilant about knowing where you are vibrationally. It should not be a difficult thing to want to feel good, and we don't think it is. We think every one of you wants to feel good. And now we want you to understand that it is not a difficult thing to feel good. It's just a matter of choosing the thoughts that feel good. We want to give you such reason to do it, not because if you don't do it, some terrible thing will happen, but because any moment that you are not joyful, you are not who you are. You are but a shadow of who you are, and so you are not fulfilling your purpose, your desire, your reason for being here. And it isn't that someone else is standing back in a place of disappointment. It's just that it is such a waste for you. It is such a waste to be standing in a moment where you're not allowing yourself to be fresh and alive and alert and clear and sure and happy and unlimited and eager. In other words, this is who you are. You did not say, I will go forth and struggle my way to happiness. You knew it could not be, because even if you could, can you not feel the waste of that? Struggle, 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 struggle. Why not happy, 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 happy? Why not joyful, loving, appreciative, happy, exhilarated, vibrant? Why not be the eternally joyous being that you are? Why not train yourself? It's so easy to do. Train yourself back. There's just one very complicated concept that you have to accept. Just this one really hard thing to understand. Good feels good. That's it.